Hey guys, what's going on? It's Willie here. Been holed up in Jay for the weekend. The weather's been really crazy up here. I originally came in because I got some mild exhaustion, and I wasn't able to keep my food down, so I headed down to Jay. I've been at the Jay Village Inn, and I highly recommend this place if you're coming north or whatnot, heading south and starting off and running into trouble like I did. It's about 5 miles down from the crossing on 242, and I got a ride, hitched a ride about halfway. The food's fantastic here, really good food. It's a nice little pool, and they've been very friendly, good prices. There's a fantastic little country store across the way. So I've been here, and partly to recoup and rest, but it's been raining here. It's like it rains and then sunny and then rain and then sunny. So I'm kind of waiting out the weather. It's supposed to break in a couple days, but I'm gonna head out tomorrow no matter what. So I'll be back on the trail on Monday, and just pretty much spent the weekend here resting and watching the rain. But I did do a pack shakedown, so I want to talk about a couple things that I've learned in the 3 days I was out. And what I'm getting rid of. So some of you experienced guys are going to be totally laugh at this, and we had a big debate about it with some coworkers of mine that are hikers, but trowel is gone. Yeah, I have one of these big dorky orange trowels. I thought I was being smart because I cut the handle off it, and I put this little thing on it so I could like hang it wherever on my backpack and stuff, but I've already hidden it, and now it's going in the garbage. So I'm getting rid of that. The privies are in pretty good shape, and they're open, and there's pretty much a privy at most of the camps. And if I had to dig a hole, I absolutely could use a stick or my hiking poles. Speaking of hiking poles, that's another thing I've learned in the first few days that I'm out, that they are a necessity for me. It's real technical, slow going with some of these spots with the wet rocks and the mud. It's real steep, and just having those poles is more stability, is very helpful. And then with the heat that I was dealing with the other day, with just being tired and exhausted, to be able to stop and kind of hold the poles out in front and rest for a minute, then keep going, and then kind of stop. That helped. It helped a lot. So far the poles have been fantastic. I also use them to help dry out my socks, which has been great, because every time I stop, I try to dry my socks out some. So anyway, yeah, trowel gone. Knife, heavy knife, heavier than, it feels so heavy now. But yeah, like this size knife, and this is brand new. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. Probably just leave it on the desk, and the housekeeper can have it as a tip or something. I actually brought two knives. I have this little knife, and I've had this forever. I have two of these, and I got these at the state fair in Rutland when you could do the knife game, that old knife game. And they're just little utility knives. They don't weigh anything. And I keep one in my car and one on my desk. And I've had them forever, and I'm going with this little guy the rest of the way. I haven't used either one of them. But this knife I bought, the heavier duty thing, gone. I'm gonna go with this one. Probably find out I don't need this one either. Dr. Bronner's, poop, dumped it. I got just a little tiny little bit. I'll probably dump that too. My tea tree oil, I've been debating on this one. I brought a little tea tree oil. Tea tree oil is great for a lot of things. But I use it on bug bites, and you can also use it as insect repellent. It dries out blisters. It's pretty good. You could use it as on blisters and cuts and stuff. I found out it's also flammable. If you put some on a little birch bark, a little wet birch bark or whatever, it makes a pretty good fire starter. Even birch bark will start if it's a little bit moist. But with this, it lights it right up. So little tea tree oil isn't a bad little fire starter, but I'll probably get rid of that. Extra t-shirt, Willie's barbecue shirt, gone. I've got this tank top, and I've got my Marmot hiking shirt, and I have my long sleeve pullover. So this is like the fourth shirt, and I basically brought it for advertising and picture's sake, and I got a Willie's ball cap, so I don't need this. This little thing, I brought a little face rag kind of thing, you know. I have 3 bandanas, so I don't need this. So this is gone. Why do I have 3 bandanas? Well, 2 of them are kind of like my face coverings, and then one for, you know, wearing for sweat and stuff, headband. But with the whole COVID thing, I thought it best to have a couple extra things to wear for face masks if I need to. So that's gone. My titanium spoon thing, boom, that I bought that I haven't used yet, gone. I'm gonna go with my plastic spoon setup. A little extra rope. It's not a lot. It doesn't weigh a lot, but it got in the way and it takes up a little space. And just dealing with all the rope when I'm tying my bear bag, my little bit of extra rope is gone. Now things that I'm adding, I haven't totally got my resupply set yet to head out, but as of this video. But one thing I ran into, my brand new iPhone cord, which came like a week before I left, when I switched to my brand new phone, the cord already doesn't work. I wasn't charging my phone, and I found that out at a low charge. And thank God they had them across the street at the country store, because I went across the street and got a country store, but that was almost trouble. Write down your phone numbers on a piece of paper and keep them someplace in case your phone dies, which is something I did. I didn't have all the phone numbers I needed, but I had 4 or 5 of my main emergency contacts written on a piece of paper. So in case your phone dies, you have those numbers somewhere. But my phone is not going to die. So I picked up little Bengay Icy Hot. Yeah, I'm that age. It all hurts. Joints, calves, ankles. I gotta have a little something for it. A little bit extra toilet paper, restock the toilet paper, and then I put together a bag of carbs. Nice, salty, simple carbs. I took my favorite chips, some Cheetos, some salt and vinegar, some Sun Chips, some Combos and Pringles, and mashed them all up. So I have a nice big bag of nice, salty, simple carbs that I could consume easily with a little water, even if I have a hard time getting food in me. And I stole this idea from a woman on top of on J Peak the other day. She was up there and she's hiked the trail 5 times, and they were eating salt and vinegar potato chips, and I was so jealous listening to them rave about how good the chips were with their being thirsty and just getting that carb satisfaction. That I said, well, when I get to town, I'm taking one of my extra Ziploc bags and I'm gonna get myself a carb bag. So I have a carb bag. Most of my food I found I have a lot of protein type stuff. I don't have as much simple carbs as I really thought. And the pastas I had was what I couldn't keep down. So I'm still kind of playing with this. But all told, all this stuff, if I add it all up, boom, boom, Bronner's. It might be 1.5 pounds there. Maybe or so, about 1.5 pounds. So that's what I did for my shakedown. I'm getting rid of first spot right off. I don't really have many other options for loosening or lightening my load, but that's where I'm at. I'll be back out on the trail tomorrow doing try to get down to Hazen's Notch. I think right now while my body's adjusting, I'm just gonna go shelter to shelter, and my goal right now is really just to get through this northern section. All right, so Willie out. Bye.